Night 2 is over. WrestleMania 41 is done and dusted. 8 hours in total of WrestleMania light action. And I say light because a lot of this stuff was not worthy of being on the card. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. We've reacted to the shows. We've gave our opinions. And we've got a few more opinions to give later on. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. We'll be bringing you 25 reasons why WrestleMania 41 sucked. But right now, we're going to dive into the WWE Twitter section, and we're going to look at the reaction of the fans to see what they thought of WrestleMania Night 2. Now, Night 1, there was some, different opinions. Some people thought it was good. Some people thought it was the shits. Now we're going to see what people thought in Night 2. I would expect most people preferred Night 2. I thought Night 2 was a lot better than Night 1. Only disappointing thing was the main event title match. It just didn't really deliver. I think last night I was trying to cut it a bit more slack than it deserved, but thinking about it after waking up and feeling fresh, it's like, really? Is that the best they've got for John Cena in his last WrestleMania match? Travis Stickman Scott coming down and being the difference maker?
No, yeah, it's like John Cena's last year pretty much sabotaged by The Rock's movie schedule. Which is weird because it feels like John Cena's last year sabotaged by his own movie schedule.
Yeah, so now we've got two movie schedules sabotaging John's career, and both movies won't create a fucking single good one, you know that?
Yeah, I just don't get it, I don't.
Like, let's be honest, what is John Cena going to do in 2025? What's more likely to happen? If he puts more time and effort in, is he more likely to create a great movie, or is he more likely to create a great final year in wrestling before he hangs up the boots? Obviously it's wrestling, but the guy's prioritising his movies. I don't understand it, because surely if you said to Cena, what means more to you? Your movie career or your wrestling career? You'd think the guy would say wrestling career hands down. And I don't mean right now at this point in his life, but I think, like, in 20 years' time, when it's all said and done, or in an interview, like, what do you look more fondly on? Like, not what do you currently treat more importantly, but, like, looking back, John, what have you had more fun doing? What are people going to remember you for more? I think it is more the wrestling side of things, so therefore...
Well, but you hear him speak about Vince, right? He loves Vince. Is he going to speak about that about anybody in Hollywood? Oh, Harvey Weinstein, I loved him. No, of course he's not. And it's like, he was the man in wrestling for a period. He will just be a guy in Hollywood. That's it. That's the end. I like him. I think he's a better actor than The Rock. But at least The Rock can say he was The Rock has actually been more of the man in Hollywood than he ever was in wrestling. Which is weird.
Absolutely. Anyway, let's get the comments here. So, Forever Blue says best main event of all time. It just wasn't.
Mental illness.
It just was not. Queen of the Ring says that part where the journalist asked why China isn't in the Hall of Fame was a powerful high spot. Yeah, I mean, who cares? It wasn't part of the show. It was part of the...
But also, Triple H said during his Hall of Fame, they're like, oh, China Hall of Fame. He went, damn straight, brother. It's like, well, you're the one that came out 10 years ago and said, oh, well, due to or films and all that stuff, she can't be in it. So what's fucking changed? Was that all McMahon that said that?
Bullshit. Triple H is just... He's changed his mind based on what the fans are saying. Now the fans want China in, and he wants to be loved by the fans.
What is the difference? Like, what is the difference of like China and someone like Sexy Red, who's like a bona fide whore, Tony? You know what I mean? It's like, and they promote that, they flaunt that. You know what I mean? At least you could say they were consistent with Mandy Rose, and like they told her to piss off when she started the OnlyFans stuff. But it's like, China should be in the Hall of Fame. There's no two ways about it in my mind.
Yeah, Fixie's not going to lie, last night the whole card was bad besides the main event. Today the whole card was great besides the main event. Go back to one night.
Yeah.
I see his point. I don't necessarily agree, but I do see the point that he's trying to make. Night 1 was saved by the main event, whereas Night 2 overall, I think in general was better, but yeah, the main event kind of let it down. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend that AJ Styles and Logan Paul and Priest McIntyre was keeping me interested, because it clearly wasn't.
You go to one night, though, I think the same problem still happens with the main event of Night 2. That would have main evented, right? The triple threat match would never have main evented.
The triple threat match needed a title to main event.
Yep.
And
even then, is it going to main event over Cena for a belt? Probably not.
QC Night, the 17th title win could have waited.
Miles.
I mean, could it? Cena's career's coming to an end.
I know.
And WWE only do big things at big pay-per-views. How many big pay-per-views has Cena got left?
Fucking
2,
probably.
SummerSlam Survivor Series.
Money in the Bank, that's a big one now.
bullshit. The Garage Playbook. Marks are crying, saying that they're finished with WWE. We'll see you tomorrow night for Monday Night Raw. Jade McGill says, abolish the... I don't know what that is. Cody's crybabies. Wah, wah, wah. Get over yourself. So people are not too happy there. Where was The Rock? Yeah, so there was some guy replying to The Rock saying, you're not working Mania 41 because Dave Meltzer said it. The Rock came out and says, don't believe any of that bullshit. We wink. Turns out Dave Meltzer was right. Is anyone going to apologise to Big Dave?
I already addressed it last night, but it's like The Rock, he said, see that, right? Don't believe any of that bullshit. That tells me, at that point, The Rock was penciled in for Mania. Had to be.
No, what that tells... no, because, like, he could have just confirmed he was going to be there.
He
But he didn't. He's just said, don't believe any of that bullshit. It's like, here, I'm not going to be there, but don't believe it anyway. No, but if The Rock says, nah, Dave Meltzer's right, he's telling the truth.
It's pathetic,
Then everyone's going to be like, oh, fuck, Rock's not going to be there.
So
The Rock kind of has to lie and pretend that, there's a chance I'll be there. You never know. I could be there.
But look him at the press conference at the Chamber. Oh, I listened to your show, Sam Roberts. What a tragic state of affairs we live in.
Does he, though?
I know, but imagine saying...
Even if he doesn't,
to quote The Rock, don't believe any of that bullshit.
Yeah, the Cheek says, night 1, no, oh yes, night 2, yes, meh, no. Right, okay, Senator Diane, Paul Hankey, night 2, fell asleep at the wheel, really disappointing. Irish Cowboy, you guys cut something at the last minute, didn't you? Sasha says, take the pen out of his hands, please, I'm begging you. People don't want Triple H to have that almighty pen. Sinister Black, lifelong fan here. I've watched every single WrestleMania in history, and this is by far the worst main event in the history of WrestleMania. 41. The storytelling was subpar, the match itself was underwhelming, and honestly it made zero sense. Why bring out Travis Scott? Why? Why, damn it, why? Why no Rock? 91 had some bad matches, but a great main event. Tonight had a great card and a dog shit finish. I feel bad for Cena, like that's his whack, that's his final Mania. Jeremy Wheeler, you had zero reason to book that match the way you did. You had an opportunity to cement your champ even more by feeding him a legend to beat cleanly, but instead you chose the opposite. There is no excuse, no story, or reasoning why the old legend comes back and beats the champ in his prime. It wouldn't happen anywhere else. The match was a dud anyway. Seems like a Cody Crybaby fan. First of all, Cody's 40, so I don't think he's in his prime anymore.
7 years younger than Cena. Like, it's hardly like Hogan and Rock, is it?
No, definitely not. And, like, why? I mean, why would Cody Rhodes beat Cena fucking clean? Because Cena's been jobbed out.
No, but hold on. LA Knight and Priest are like 44.
Yeah, I don't
like,
get it.
We're getting into their 40s, man. There's loads of people that are old.
People just want to use Cena's age against them when it suits them. Fan says, no twists, no turns, boring as fuck. Last year was better.
No, but what's worse, though? I mean, Cody Rhodes is like 13 years older than Braun Breaker. He's fucking pish.
No, I agree. Dan, the Hopium Gods again, says, terrible Mania, heel Cena is forced. They did him dirty when his legacy as a face. Manufactured pop from a mostly dead crowd. Wins the strap with zero reaction and Cody basically laying down for the 17th. Neil, worst WrestleMania since COVID. The Rock needs to stay the fuck away for good. Hold on, that COVID Mania gave us some great
Taker
Boneyard, Cena, Wyatt. That was funny.
Yeah.
Alright, Brock Drew sucked, like, but...
Yeah, but fucking come on. See Mania 36 ending with Metallica and Taker riding off on his bike. How's that not better than this?
Yeah, Kim Back says, great storytelling by WWE to become a 17-time champion. Cena had to turn heel. He couldn't have done it being a nice guy. That is the lesson for Cody in this story. At some point, you have to be willing to play dirty, man. You gotta play dirty. Sanders says, Io Sky carried the show. SG, we need better talent in WWE. Bring back the good old days. What time are you coming? What the fuck does that mean? It means I'm not showing up.
Dwayne.
Big Dwayne.
Will the next Pope be black?
Maybe. Brian, The Rock is a fraud. Yeah, no complaints there. Can we be done now with Travis Scott? Yeah, I just don't see... Where's the... I mean, what do we do with Travis Scott? Travis Scott there. Cena holding his hand up. I mean, why? Why the fuck are we getting Travis Scott and Cena?
I know. Literally anybody would have been better.
Yeah, people saying that match is cooked. What else have we got? Cena winning by 17, cheating is a terrible story. Just saying he should have lost and been forced to realise what he needs to do. Do it with hustle, loyalty, respect. I mean, could have done it that way, but then that means the heel turn is... You know, I guess they can't win. See if Cena loses at Mania and he decides this heel shit's not for me. People are going to say this is the worst heel turn. Well, I would say it is the worst heel turn in wrestling history.
Borderline on it anyway, but yeah, you're right. But it's like... What?
See how lackluster it's been? I think they had to commit to Cena winning.
Adam Pearce, right, and Aldas both fucking suck, and I don't really want them being in a Mania main event, but... See if one of those guys come out to try and restore order, and this is their turn from a face GM to a heel GM, does that not solidify them a bit? Like, they've been corrupted, you know what I mean, sort of thing. I think that's better than Travis Scott. Travis Scott ain't going to be there to do the fucking week-to-week shit.
No. Travis Patty says, you got all this talent and it's Travis Scott you're pushing. Loki felt underwhelming without the twists and surprises we expected. Still, respect where it's due. This man just made history, the greatest ever. Big John.
It's not real, mate.
Big John. Braden Flores Farella says the product the WWE has come to is disappointing. It got so bad. Jay Stewart says poor main event, poor WrestleMania overall. It didn't feel like WrestleMania. I think it's lost a bit of its showmanship since Vince is gone. He knew WrestleMania was different, and this year just felt like another pay-per-view. Agree. Any thoughts on that?
Totally agree. Like we said during the entirety of like night one, it felt like that. And even though night two, right, got better. I mean, as it went along, it started well, and I think you got like a block of 4 decent matches, right? But did any of them feel like Mania? That women's triple threat, right? It was a good match. Priest McIntyre had out some decent spots, even though I didn't like it. I thought it was a bit boring. The Fatal 4-Way, right? Good match, right? But, dude, does any of them feel like they belong on a WrestleMania? Like, where's TLC 2? Where's the Taker match? Where's fucking Austin? Where's the Mr. WrestleMania Shawn Michaels? Where's the wrestling clinic between Kurt Angle and Benoit? It just doesn't fucking have it.
Where's a single drop of blood?
Aye.
You know, like, where is it, guys? Where the hell is it?
Nosebleed seats, that's all you've got.
Anyway, that's it. We'll be back soon with more WrestleMania Fallout Fids. Till next time, peace.